Hey everybody. So, really quick, before I get into what the video's originally about, I want to say I am wishing Seth Rollins a speedy recovery. I think that, um, from what I understand, the injury is legitimate. For those who might not have seen Saturday night's main event, Seth Rollins went for a lion salt, landed a little bit awkwardly, and it looked like he tweaked his knee, the same knee he injured back in 2015. That sucks to see for any performer to get injured. So, wishing Seth Rollins a speedy recovery. Um, they, from what I understand, they called an audible, which I mean you could tell just based off of how abrupt the finish went. Um, yeah, Seth Rollins, wishing him all the best. Hopefully, he can get back in the ring sooner rather than later. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could say about that. So, Bill Goldberg had his final match, and it got me inspired to start speaking again, maybe even reviewing on a regular basis again. So, Saturday night's main event is one in the books. Um, Now, I'll be honest, I didn't watch the whole show. I really just watched just for the Goldberg event and LA Knight versus Seth Rollins because um, this card did not have me particularly interested. Um, and I am a fan of LA Knight's work, so I did enjoy that. Um, and I will say this, right? Regarding the LA Knight Seth Rollins match, I didn't catch all of it. But from what I did see, because I was at work watching this too, but from what I did see, um, I caught up until the point where LA Knight did a top rope elbow drop, and I thought that was really cool and it was pretty fun. And honestly, up until the injury, it was it looked pretty fun, like just something I've seen Seth Rollins of old. I really enjoyed the explosiveness. I really haven't seen that in a while from Seth. So, you know, I will give credit again where it's due and wishing Seth Rollins a speedy recovery. So, with that said, let's get into Bill Goldberg's final match. Now, first things first, and I feel like this kind of should be addressed, but Um, a lot of people criticized the fact that Bill Goldberg was even having this retirement match, and people were getting on him for complaining for so long about this match. And look, I will come in defense of Bill Goldberg on this. The man was promised a retirement match. Whether you like it or you don't like it, you gotta honor a commitment. He did Vince McMahon a favor, and regardless of who is under the regime now, that's still a promise that was owed to him. So, good on Triple H for doing the right thing. Because that was the right thing to do, like it or not. With that said, Bill Goldberg went out with a bang. This final match was a really good one. I think that him and Gunther, it was a lengthy match, right? And if I had to guess, it was probably like maybe 10 minutes. And it was perfect. Wasn't too long, wasn't too short. I saw, I think we saw just as much as what we needed out of it. I think there was a really cool callback in the match where he accidentally spears Charles Robinson. I thought that was really cool that they added that little callback. I enjoyed just the story that they told here, Gunther targeting Goldberg's knee. Admittedly, at one point, when Goldberg went for the spear, um, and he hit the barricade, I was worried that Goldberg had been concussed at one point because let's be honest, right? When Goldberg gets hit in the head, he does have a little bit of bad luck in this sense, right? When it comes to Goldberg's head, if he gets hit there, going for a spear, you know, all bets are off at that point. He has gotten concussed. He's had a history of it. It happened to him against Undertaker at Crown Jewel. It happened to him in WCW. It's just an unfortunate luck that happens to Bill Goldberg. Thankfully, that didn't happen here. And the match carried on, and it was really well done, right? Goldberg fought back, and Gunther healed it up really well. He got into it with Goldberg's son, and honestly, I would have. I'll be honest. I thought it would have been cool to see Gage hit a spear, but evidently that didn't happen, and that's okay. You know, all I really wanted was to see Goldberg hit at least one spear, one jackhammer. I just wanted to see it, right? And that's exactly what we got, and that's cool. You know, I do enjoy um, some of the stuff that he does, and I thought that in this match right here, the fact that he even hit a different move, right, that I haven't seen him hit in a while, it's that one where he has the opponent by the leg, right? He has a single leg on them, and then he picks them up by their torso, and he does almost like a spine buster variant. Like that, that's pretty cool. I haven't seen him hit that move in so long, so to see him hit that here in this match, hey, that's a trademark Goldberg move. I'm glad he hit it at least once. So I think, again, great story that was being told here. Wasn't too long, it wasn't too short. It was just what it needed to be. And then Gunther, obviously, he picks up the victory due to making Goldberg pass out through the sleeper hold. One minor nitpick of this match, right? Because I haven't seen Twitter, or X as it's called now, but I imagine people online would probably complain about this. I have to critique it a little bit. I have to call it out, but basically, Goldberg did get up a little too early after the finish of the match, right? I think you should have sold that a little bit more, but I mean, who cares? It's the guy's final night, right? Gunther beat a legend in Goldberg, right? This does add something to Gunther's career, whether people want to admit that or not. And honestly, it's not a big deal anyway, you know, because he did go back down and he did start selling it again. So it's fine, truthfully. But it is a minor nitpick. But all right. Well, in any case, right? Still a great match. I enjoyed it. Both men did deliver here, and with that, I do want to give a career retrospective on Bill Goldberg. Just talk about um, just some of the highlights of his career. Um, because I do feel like Goldberg does deserve some credit. I know he has his detractors who will never give him any credit, and that's fine, right? But there are some people who maybe they don't mark out over Goldberg, but can appreciate the good in his career, and I can do that. I'm a person who likes to be fair, so I will give Goldberg this. A lot of people say that, he can't have lengthy matches and have them be entertaining and stuff. He can't carry a match. That's not true, right? Sure, his bread and butter is the shorter matches. That's true. That part is true. But he has had some good matches with some storytelling in it. Right? Him and The Rock. Him and Rock had a great match in Backlash 2003. I really enjoyed that as a kid and even as an adult. I enjoy that match now. Right? If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and give that a watch at some point. Goldberg and Jericho have had their share of really good matches back in 2003 and even in his later career. He's had some really good matches as well. Him and Bobby Lashley had a fun one back at Saudi Arabia, I believe in 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. And that one was a fun one. That was the one where the Hurt Business reunited for one night only. And I thought that was pretty cool. There was a good story. It was a fun story. I enjoyed it, right? Goldberg actually does deserve more credit than people give him, right? Now, look, he will never be known as a top 5 wrestler, depending on who you ask. But he will actually go down as a very explosive wrestler. He does, in my book, he does deserve a lot more credit than people give him. And I do think that Goldberg, he does have, a good discography of matches. And here, this match, for a final match, I think it was a great one. I enjoyed it. It was exactly what it needed to be, and it was well deserved. So, with that, I say thank you, Goldberg. Enjoy retirement, and thank you everybody for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and have a wonderful day. And subscribe.